Welcome back YouTube to another episode of Fast Car Checks, and if you're reading the title, yes, it has come to the end of the BMW M2 OG, the car, the flagship car that kind of, I say built the channel, but kind of built what I was trying to do on my channel with my builds, if that makes sense. Like I said, it's been 2.5 years since I've owned this car.
Mark, another one.
Yeah, so we're here now, we're finally in the car garage where I'm going to reveal the car. I'm absolutely buzzing, I'm emotional. I don't even have to take this in, innit? To be fair, right, this is by far the best car I've ever owned. Absolutely loved it. It's been a great experience in this car. We're gonna also meet the owner as well. That's going to be buying this car in this video. So make sure you watch to the end of this video. But yeah, like it's one of those things. All good things come to an end, as they say. When I first bought this car, long story short, I was a naughty boy, and something may have happened that made me lead to not having a driving license for a year. So I actually took a break from YouTube and vlogging for a whole year, and it was a depressing time, you know what I mean? We don't want to get into like sentiments and all that rubbish, but long story short, it was a depressing time. You know, I couldn't drive for a year. I had to sit down, not do videos, not enjoy cars, not enjoy the thing that I love doing the most, and that's shooting content, getting out in cool cars, meeting new people, building friendships and relationships, I guess. So for a whole year I couldn't do that, and then boom, driving license came back clean as a whistle. I was a good boy, and then I was looking online for cars. It started with a 235i, it then went off to an M4, it then went to a Toyota Igogo when I checked the insurances, and then, I don't know what happened, I ended up test driving an M2, fell in love with it. It wasn't this one actually, it was actually a manual one. Fell in love with it, absolutely loved it. The people that I was buying the car off, so the dealership, they actually said to me that they've got the exact same car in the exact same colour in a DCT. And manual boys are going to hate this, but I wanted a DCT. I didn't want a manual due to the fact that I love manuals. There's nothing wrong with them, the driver feedback and all the rest of it. But I'm also a lazy driver now, you know what I mean? So sometimes you just want to kick back, press gas and go. So yeah, that's how I ended up getting this car and getting into an M2. I drove a 235i, a BMW M4. Both of them hit quite hard, but when I drove the M2, there was just something different. The way that it's got the short base, the sachet was just lovely. So yeah, like I said, it kind of brought me back to what I was trying to do originally. But I'm not going to go on too much about that. I'm just going to break down, you know, what this car actually is. So it started off life as a stock BMW M2, 365 brake horsepower. I had it for maybe 6 months, absolutely loved it, because even in stock form, this car for me was always 10-10. I always said that from the day I bought it, it was 10-10. And I was always gonna tune it, but I wasn't gonna tune it straight away. So I wanted to drive it for 6 months, get a feel of the car, get used to it. As I just said, I've already been off the road for a year, so getting in something like this was a lot of power, you know what I mean? I know cars nowadays have got 700, 800 and all the rest. When you take a year break out of the game and you get back in this, you're kind of like, woo, you know what I mean? Rear wheel drive as well. But yeah, as I was saying, getting back into it was quite a big thing, so I needed to take time with it. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna leave some clips in from when this car originally came to me, and then you guys can see how it came. You know, obviously now it's got the modifications on it, so it looks crazy, but it was a stock car. So then yeah, fast forward 6 months, a company called Litchfield Motors. If you're local, you probably heard about them. If you're UK, you should have heard about them, especially if you got a Nissan GTR. But they was the first people that approached me. And so shout out to Litchfield Motors first of all. Shout out to Tom, shout out to Neil, Ian, Riley. Those 4 boys was absolutely spot on with me. You know, sat me down, said this is what they can do for the M2. which was just a straight stage 1.5 package, I would say. I'll put the slides in now in the videos and clips from when I went to Litchfield. So Litchfield are going to tune it, and hopefully it's going to be a different animal again. We've tuned it down, as I said, it was on 414 horsepower to start with. Now we're on 409.
Yeah, we're about to tone it down a little bit to 409. Charge temperatures are getting too much. It's still on a standard intercooler, so that's one thing we should have got in mind to get next for it. But yeah, charge temperature too much, dialed it down a little bit just to keep it a bit safer. But now it's come out 409 horsepower and 416 foot-pounds, so it's really strong.
And it's on a smooth map.
Smooth, yeah. You can see with the torque. Well, with the power graph, it's really smooth throughout. You've got a nice little flat torque curve top as well, so it'll feel really nice on the road.
Right, so I'm with my man Chris. Obviously you would have seen him literally 5 minutes ago in the other video, so this is now part 2 to the DAS video we just done. We're straight fresh out of Litchfield. We're about to take the car for his first send, first reactions. I'm excited for this. What are you saying, Chris?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well.
Oh my god, man, I gotta take time in this, man.
Man, you just absolutely transform the way the car drives.
So yeah, as you can see, that was the stage 1.5 package, which consisted of a Cobra downpipe, 3-inch downpipe. We also had the Forge Motorsport charge pipe. Shout out to Forge Motorsport, one of the sponsors. Great company as well. They helped me with the charge pipe. And then also we had a, did I have a panel filter? I'm not sure, I don't think I had a panel filter. You probably would have seen in the clip anyway what those mods consisted of, but I'm sure it was a Cobra downpipe, charge pipe, and a stage 1 remap. We made 414 bhp, and again, like even then, that car was crazy. We then moved on to a few months later when the car kind of had a bit of a spazzy on me, shall we say, due to it didn't like the fuel. Again, I'll leave the clips in so you can see what happened and how that came about. 3, 2, 1. So as you can see from the clips there, that's what happened there. Basically, the car didn't like the amount of fuel. I'm sure it was something to do with the fuel pump, basically couldn't handle the map what I've done. So I had to kind of go back, revise it all. And again, shout out to Litchfield, they sorted it all out for me. So yeah, really that was kind of the part that I done with that. I've been to track days as well. We've done Lando circuit. After that, I decided it was time to go back to the drawing board and get more power, as we do. And then that brings me on to MV Motorsport. Shout out to Mabs, MV Motorsport. Loves the N55s, B58s, BMWs. He does all the German cars, to be fair, everything and anything, but where he's good at it is with the M55s and B58s. And I followed his build because he had the world's fastest M2 N55 OG. And then, yeah, followed his build, had a couple of phone calls and then meetings with him, and he told me what he could do for this car. Told me that if I get a B58 TU pump, a CSF intercooler, and I'm sure we got a panel filter as well, like an intake panel filter to help the car breathe a little bit better. We done that, tuck it there. I'll leave some clips in now because that was a cool day.
final result.
Yep.
Come check out there. Finish up today, NVM Stage 2 Plus tuning, 442 brake horsepower.
Jeez!
717.
Yeah man, so we're just on the back of that video, the last video that you seen when I was at Mab's NVM, and just from the title, yes, this is the first drive in the BMW M2 NV Motorsport tuned Stage 2 Plus. Bit easy, don't want to kill nobody, but there you go, so there's Sport Plus, you hear the revs going up. Take time in this. Wow, this is very quick, and that was only one pull. That was only one little kick down, yeah. What the hell? This does not feel like my car. And as you just seen, we made 442 bhp on the dyno, and the car after that just drove absolutely amazing. So that there was probably a big milestone, because I didn't realize that these N55 engines, because a lot of people do slate them, B58 owners usually slate them the most. You know, yeah, B58's king and all the rest of it, but you know what, yeah? That now leads me to this, and sorry to do this to you, Tom, yeah? But you was one of those B58 yeah, that used to give it the torque. And yeah, obviously we had a shootout at Santa Pod, so you can see what happened for yourself there. Today we're at Santa Pod, UK's #1 drag racing, home of the racing stuff. And today you can see my BMW M2 in the background, and you can also see a BMW M140. We're doing quarter-mile racing. Hopefully get some times as well on the Draggy app, but however, we are at Santa Pod, so you're going to see everything clear as daylight on that board. All angles, Tom would be the first to admit that this car had the sauce. So yeah, as you've seen, B58 wasn't king no more. N55 was king, and the M2 was king of the roads that day. So like I said, big up to Tom anyway, big up to the people that actually came that day, because it was a good day, we all enjoyed it, everybody had fun. And also in that time there, we also went on to getting the 4th fastest 0 to 60 in the world on the Draggy app. Yeah, so if there is someone that's recorded it somewhere in the world, they haven't recorded it on the Draggy app, and that's where most of the people these days in racing or Draggy stuff, that's where they record their stuff. So that was a 3.4.
30. 60.
We also done the 4th fastest quarter mile in the world again, recorded on the Draggy app. So you can see the numbers there for yourself. So technically this is the 4th fastest M2 down the drag strip in the world, yeah? That's what we're rolling with. 4th, yeah? 4th. So that was a good day, and like I said, that was a milestone as well, because as I said, it was quite like, I didn't really know how much these cars were capable until Mabs come along and tuned it. The last drive in the BMW M2, guys. Can you believe what we are saying here? But things always got to move on. As I said, you'll be on to better things. For now, I'm going to mess around with the Honda. I'm going to mess around with the Audi TT and just get where I want those cars to be. We're going into winter season soon anyway, so before you know it, we won't be outside like the way we're outside now, and it would just be a case of UK usual rain, cold, dark nights. So after that, we'll be getting another flagship car. But I don't want to talk too much, so let's go for a little drive now in the BMW M2 OG for the last ever fast car check send. Yeah, so we'll just go for a little drive anyway. As I said, for the new subscribers that may not have seen this vehicle before, it's good for you guys to get a gauge on like what this car sounds like and whatnot. So I'll give you some little noise. And as I did also mention as well, so I did have some of the burbles turned off, so like the pops and the bangs. Like when it was done at Litchfield, I had it all the way turned up, but then I kind of thought to myself, as much as like it sounds nice sometimes when you want it to be on there, I had it redone at NV Motorsport. I turned it down just due to the fact that I already had it for about a year with the pops and the bangs, and although they sound nice when you want them to have it, same time after a while you can get a bit bored of it, and yeah, just kind of want to go back to, I mean, listen, it already sounds nice anyway, so you still get them. I'll try and see if I can get a little, so you still hear it, it's just, again, like there's a certain point, it's nice, isn't it? That's just subtle. At the end of the day, it's a 3-litre straight 6 turbo engine. There's not much noise you need other than what the car already produces. It sounds sweet. Tell you one thing, that's one thing I'm gonna miss is the sound of this car. But yeah, like I said, we're giving it a little send. At the end of the day, as I said, right now as it stands, technically this is kind of going to be somebody else's car. So, you know, I don't want to go too hard in it, but again, this car, man, it's a thrill. It's an absolute thrill. So let's get a little pull. Honest to God, it never gets boring. And like, to be fair, as I mentioned, I've only done 14,000 miles in this car, 15,000 miles in this car, I would say, in the 2.5 years ownership. And yeah, like, to be fair, I don't really get out in it loads as much as, like, you know, obviously I'm into cars or I go out and do the cars and stuff like that. I don't get out in it loads, so when I do get in it, it just never gets boring. It's just the same thrill every single time. And for me personally, I'm not being biased, I personally feel like that M2 sachet is one of the best sachets that BMW's made of this generation. M3s, M4s, very good sachets, probably a little bit more tail end happy than an M2. So it's like the perfect size. You know what? It's almost like the BMW M3 E92. It's like that kind of size car. 6 to the road. It grips. It sounds nice. But yeah, like I said, obviously the journey first started in 2023. You know, I was coming back off a driving ban, so I wasn't sure 100% if I could make this work financially and all the rest of the things that come with it. But listen, we conquered it in the end, sorted out everything I needed to get done. You know what I mean? Paid the premium and all the rest of it for van driver and all the rest of it, but it was well worth it. And this is probably like the flagship motor that put what I've been trying to do on the map. You know, at the end of the day, I was sat around for a whole year depressed in my house, not doing no cars no more, and this car brought me back to life. And that's why I thought it'd be special for me to, you know, send it off with a nice video. At the end of the day, I've had cars that I've had in the same time I've had this, so like the Honda S2000, the Mini Cooper S, and Audi S3. So I've had cars in between the time that I've had this car, but I just feel like this car probably deserves the most recognition on this channel. Like, this is what most people know me for, is the blue M2 with the gold alloys, and yeah. So that's what I said. I want to shout out to all the people that's obviously supported as well, followed the journey on this car. As I said, I did buy it stock. You know, we went stage 1, then we went stage 2 plus. We put wheels on it. Everything you see on this car today is me. So, and obviously the people that helps, but I mean like the imagination of doing it all was me. We'll have plans to get another car, but as you already know, I have the Honda Civic Type R FM2. I also have the Audi TT 8J 2-litre turbo TFSI, and that's going to be the circuit car. I've already got plans in motion that's already happening with that car, which I will give you more updates and other videos about that. The Type R, as you know, that's going to be a turbo. So yeah, all of that to come, but that's why I'm kind of thinking to myself, if I wait maybe another, possibly, you know, well, the time of shooting this video is now August, so basically we're halfway through August. September here in the UK is pretty much end of summer, and then it's waiting again until March, April for anything to even brighten up the clock to go forward or back, whichever the way they go. And then it's time to get another flagship motor on the channel. You know, I already kind of know what I want to get. I'm not going to do no spoilers alert, but for now I've got 2 fantastic cars to play with, the Audi TT and the Honda Civic Type R. Both of those cars are going to be getting, like I said, some good treatment and some good coverage here on the channel. But yeah, as for the M2, you know, you can only have things for so long. As they say, all good things come to an end, and this has been a good car and it's come to a good end. As I said, it brought me back from being at home, stressed out, can't do my car stuff properly. You know, it put me on the maps, connected me with people that I'm friends with till this day, from tuning the car, tuners. So from the car tuners, people I've met at the car companies, met friends as well that came along with going out in this car. The people that's helped me develop and tune the car, you know, I still stay in touch with a lot of them as well. So many things have happened underneath this 2.5 years of owning this car. Yeah, and with this car, I was gonna probably go stage 3 with it. So I was gonna plan to do bigger turbos and you know, upgraded stuff that would take this car up to like 600-700 brake horsepower. But again, I've done and conquered everything I wanted to do in this car. There's only so much I wanted to spend before it gets like, okay, it's now to a point where only certain people will buy this car because of that. Where it's at now, stage 2 plus, it's a healthy brake horsepower build, it's a healthy car, you know what I mean? Touch wood, I've never had problems other than the issue I showed you earlier on in the video, and it's been a wicked car. Can't fault it for the life of me, absolutely can't fault it. But again, it's going to the right home. As I said, I've not met the owner in person yet, but he's followed the journey online, which is fantastic. I didn't even know this until we spoke on WhatsApp when he took my number and whatnot, and you know, he told me I followed the journey. So for me, it's nice to see that people are, number one, watching the videos, and number two, it's potentially going to be going to somewhere where someone's gonna, you know, appreciate the car the same way I did. Now then with Freddie. Good to meet you, my bro. Yeah.
You as well.
Where have you travelled from today?
From Cornwall, all the way to Truro.
3 hours?
Yeah, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, and obviously we've been back and forth WhatsApping and whatnot.
Yeah.
First impressions, because the car's there in front of you. How do you feel? Do you like it?
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Had some time and effort properly put into it.
Yeah.
I know you've looked after it.
Yeah.
It's been a good car. I've enjoyed watching the build.
Yeah, because obviously, you're a subscriber. You've watched the build as well, haven't you?
Build, yeah, really enjoyed it. You know, and then when you were selling it, I was thinking,
yeah,
kind of want to get my hands on it.
Yeah. And what previous cars did you have before this then?
So I had a Mark III TTS,
Yeah.
stage 2, 400 brake. It's a really nice car. A little bit too small. Now I went to 140 took out stage 2, quite a few handling mods on it as well, but it's just nothing compared to the car. So I thought it was either this or an M4 for the next one, and I think potentially this could be.
This is the better car, and I don't mean that to any M4 owners, but this has kind of got M3 E92 vibes, where it's like a shorter wheelbase. Do you know what I mean? But listen, it's a busy road, right? So we're gonna get out now, and obviously we're gonna go for a little drive and first impressions on the car, right? So yeah, obviously we're in the car now. So this is gonna be Fred's first drive in the M2. We've got it in Sport Plus because I thought give him the proper sound effects and the feel of the car. Sport actually, not Sport Plus.
Yeah, not Sport
Tell
Plus.
a lie. I said we'll just do it in Sport so you can get a gauge of the car without it almost trying to throw you into the wall.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, then left here, brother. So yeah, how long have you been on the market for a car then?
I'll probably say a couple of months now, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, just having a look here and there. Seen yours for sale, but I just couldn't afford it at the time.
Yeah.
And then had to get rid of mine on the 140.
Yeah.
Had a lovely chap who came down and bought that. That was all good. Yeah, got that sold. And then I was in a position to buy. Yeah. Which was
nice, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
It was handy, so it worked out quite well, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what you want, man. Yeah, these are nice cars, man. Like I said, as soon as I drove one, funny enough, so the 3 cars that I wanted was a 2 Series, like either a 35 or a 40.
Yeah.
I test drove a 35 in the end. And it was a 40 actually.
Right.
It was either a 35 or a 40, right? So long story short, I drove that and it was sick. I absolutely loved it, right? And then I went and drove an M4, yeah? And I liked that, but it was just a bit boaty for me at the time, right? Now I can drive them, I get it. But at the time it was like, as I said, I was coming off the driving ban. So it's like, oh mate, I don't know if I want this big boat car, mate, I'm gonna probably bin. Yeah. And then I drove an M2 and it felt between the M4 and the 240. Yeah. And it was just the perfect balance. Because it was the same sachet as the 240, but it just felt like the M4 planted on the steroid sort of thing. So
100%.
Yeah, so that, mate, you had similar taste to me there, man.
100%. And also, I didn't want the issues of an S55.
Yeah.
Not to say that they're going to happen, but maybe, you know, crank up and all that.
Yeah. Feels mad being in the passenger seat of my own car, man. Like, I have been in it a couple of times, but it almost feels like I'm doing a review. But what do you think about that first hit then?
Power's unbelievable.
You can just go straight over. Yeah, go straight over.
Yeah, the power.
You hit that same bypass that we went.
Power's ridiculous.
But like I said, it has got boost by gear, so do you feel the torque request coming as you keep going, innit?
It's ridiculous.
So your M140 was tuned, right?
Yeah, stage 2 boot mod, just off shelf up.
Yeah.
It was 452 brake at dynoed.
Yeah, that's nice then. Yeah, that's good figures.
It's a good car, good value for money. It's done it.
And how does it? Well, obviously, how does it? When I say obviously, power's going to be similar.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean by the ride feel?
Handling wise, 9-day difference.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of things to handle. You know, I spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, 9-day difference. Suspension on this stock.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Get the windows up in it. Gets a little bit, gets a little bit mad. Drop the box, that's the one, yeah. Ooh, bro, this is rapid, man. I'm not even gonna lie, like I'm in my own car,
And you think you're like, oh,
and I'm like, bro, like if I was doing a car review on this car, I would be giving it ratings. I'm like, oh, that's heated seat stroke. I was thinking to myself, why's my butt hot? Yeah, like if I was in a car review right now doing this, I'd be like, yeah, this is 10-10.
Yeah.
And I'm not even doing that to sell it, but like I'm just saying, like butt feels like whoa, clinchy, yeah.
It's a good car. I know you've looked after it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sweet. Have you got the paperwork for the services that you've done?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got all of that, the BMW service and the paperwork for anything that's been carried out, to be fair.
Nice.
But yeah, you're getting a nice car, man.
100%.
You're getting a nice car. I've lost the money on this car. So when I say lost the money, what I mean is when I bought this car, it was closer to like all the lockdown stuff.
Oh right, okay.
You know what I mean? So like cars went up, didn't they, from like 2020 to like 2023.
Yeah.
And I bought this car in 2023.
Right. Okay.
Then the last 18 months, everything's come back down a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So, but again, I'm not worried about money. I've had my absolute fun out of this car.
That's the thing, innit?
You know what I
enjoyed
mean?
it, you've had
Yeah.
fun, it's like...
Yeah, there's nothing more to want to do in this.
Yeah. Down there? Is it down there?
Nah, this way, bro.
This
Drop
one?
the box if you want. Drop the box. And again. Drop the box, second. Hit it straight across. Yeah. Wow. Oh, mate. Because I've touched this road so many times doing that, so I kind of know what it does down here. Yeah. It's nice, man.
It is nice.
But yeah, it compensates, and this is a nice sounding car, mate.
100%.
Even if this didn't have one pop or bang, you'd be like, wow.
Definitely.
There you go.
There it is. It's difficult with the carbon, huh?
Yeah. But first reaction, so
Mate,
like this one, yeah?
Unbelievable car.
Yeah.
Handling, night and day difference.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And the power, my days.
Yeah,
That's quick.
yeah.
That is quick.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is.
that's...
Do you think it feels faster than your M1, or do you think it's similar
Faster
power?
just because of the grip.
Because of the grip.
100%.
Yeah. That's what it
First,
is.
second,
yeah.
even third sometimes just spinning.
Yeah.
This thing, no
Just
lost
puts
traction,
it down,
just
innit?
goes. Yeah.
Just keep it in that sport, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, yeah.
And like I said, as I said to people, like people say, oh, Sport Plus, listen, Sport Plus for what? You don't gain no extra brake.
Yeah,
When you're on a
definitely.
track and you can do it without endangering nobody, whatever, innit? And
100%.
that's coming from someone who does cars and shit for a living.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But so what we saying then, bro? Deal or no deal?
You got all the bits, got all the
Yeah,
mirrors and all
yeah,
that.
I got all that. Yeah, man. I got everything.
I think it's deal.
Deal, yeah?
Deal.
So there we go, deal closer, yeah? So, what, you got Instagram? Do you do the car
Instagram,
stuff?
I'll draw my. No, I don't put any of that on social
You don't do
media.
none of it,
Nah,
yeah?
I'm a teacher.
Okay, but there we go. So we won't bait him out and put it on there, but I would hope to see in about 6 months' time, if you're still about, you've got this
100%.
car,
I'll drop you a message.
I'd love to come down and review it, bro.
100%.
You know what I mean? Even if it's got different wind mirrors, wheels, whatever, it'd be nice to see this car again.
Let's do
Even
it.
if it looks the same, it'd be nice to come catch up with you, brother.
Yeah,
man.
let's do it.
But it's been a pleasure, bro, alright?
Hey, pleasure.
Nice one, man. Sweet. So there you go, man. M2 has gone officially. Sweet, bro. Look after her, bro.